Well, Grant, heading into this one, disregarding really the context in the league, you've got really good momentum after last weekend.
Yeah, really pleased with the last two performances, particularly over the Easter break or Easter period. 6 points from that, we couldn't have asked for much more. I think two different type of performances. I think the Blackburn game, I thought we were excellent in the first half, and then we had to obviously fight and work to try and get the 3 points towards the end. But real good first half performance, and like I said, after the game is always difficult when you're playing against 10 men. And then the Barnsley game probably rode our luck a little bit early part of the game. I don't think we started until maybe after the first 15-20 minutes. And then we got in control a bit more and scored at a good time. So I think over the Easter period, I think two different type of games, but 6 points, and we can't grumble with that.
Yeah, I suppose different types of games is the real key, in that you're able to show a really good mix of different strengths.
Yeah, I think it's important, isn't it? I think you have to find ways to win and different ways to win. I think everybody and every manager and every team in the country will be wanting to play Barcelona style football and win games, but this is the Championship, and it's just not like that. You have to make sure you're physically strong, you're good on your duels, you're good on first contact, second balls, things like that, and then you can build from there. And I think over the last number of weeks, I think we've seen a real identity about that, but also we're looking threatening at the top end of the pitch as well.
With Nottingham Forest, you look at their recent form, the way they've been playing, they've been absolutely flying, they've got a lot of strengths. It should be a really good occasion. Yeah,
they're the form team in the league, particularly over the last probably 10 to 12 games. They've been outstanding. I think since Steve's gone in there, it's just been a complete transformation. To see how well they've done and the points they've picked up has been remarkable, really. And they've got quality all through their group. Very, very strong team, strong squad. It doesn't get much tougher than this, but it's an exciting game. It's one that two teams need to win. So hopefully that'll, coincide with a real good football game.
Yeah, it doesn't get much tougher, but with that sense of occasion and the fact that you push things this far, there should be loads to enjoy. I know there's the context around the table and what could happen this weekend, but it should be a game to enjoy.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll go and we'll treat it like any other game. We'll try and win the game. We're at home. We know it's going to be tough. Every game in the Championship's tough, particularly Nottingham Forest, a team that's on tremendous run of form. But we'll give it our best shot. We'll prepare the team right. We'll try and get it right. And what we're trying to do in the game plan, and then we'll try and go and execute it. And that's what we do for every game.
Yeah, and always fascinating, this sort of match, this stage of the season. I guess we got a flavour of it with Blackburn the other day, where you've got a side chasing promotion up against you guys. Similar sort of thing where both teams, it's a challenge psychologically. There's so much to play for.
Absolutely. I mean, the next two games for us, obviously Forest, Millwall. We've got two teams. Over the Blackburn game, something to play for. Barnsley, something to play for. Forest, Millwall. This is the teams you want to play. Sometimes the games against the lesser teams the teams play with a wee bit more freedom. Not when I say lesser teams that haven't got anything to play for, mid-table sort of way. But these are the games you want to be involved in. I think the stadium's going to be full. Hopefully it's bouncing with our fans as well, and hopefully we get the result for them. But we got to make sure we do everything right, i.e. the basics, making sure that we're hard working, we're hard to beat, and then we can hopefully implement the game plan.
Looking at the team news, is Joe Ward fine after Monday? Joe's
struggling a little bit with that thigh. Also a little bit of an illness that he's picked up over the last couple of days. So touch and go on Joe. Whether he's right for the weekend, we'll see where he is later on today. First thing in the morning. But apart from that, from the game, no one is struggling at all. So Joe's probably only doubt at the minute.
Yeah, so maybe then Sammy might be getting the call again for wing back.
Possibly. I mean, look, like I say all the time, we pick the team, we pick the formation based on the opposition we're going to play. Sometimes that'll mean players who have played well previously, may not play well, may not be in the team the next game. That's just the way we try and do it. And it's, yes, as much as we want to try and keep the foreign players on the pitch, we also have to think tactically as well, and how the opposition are going to set up and how we feel like we can hurt them. And that'll be no different for this game.
That's brilliant though, isn't it? When you come to a player and you say, I need you to do something slightly different, maybe slightly outside of your comfort zone, and they say, yeah, Gaffer, let me go at it. Yeah,
I mean, look, we are where we are at the minute, Pete, in terms of, we haven't got any fit fullbacks at the football club, really. Nathan Thompson, Dan Butley are probably the two recognised fullbacks. Harrison is not a fullback and has done a job there for us when we needed. Joe's done a job. We've played with Josh Knight at right back. Bally is more of a wing back / winger for me. That we're having to juggle people in and out, and people's having to play out of position, etc. So it is what it is. People's digging in. Everyone's grabbing an oar and getting on with it, and that's all we can do.
Really nice weekend for Joel Randall in that you've been building up to getting him back into the side and to have played a part in both games, and a crucial part, particularly on the Friday.
Yes, it's been really pleasing to see, and he's it's nice to see him back training. It's nice to see him in the back in a real good headspace as well. We've been very careful with his training load, so we toyed about the idea of playing him in the 23 game. We thought maybe too soon for him. We haven't to give him one day on, one day off at the minute, just to make sure that he's good for when the games come around. So Joel's going to be a huge player for us. We've already seen it in the two games, that how quick he is on transition, how well he carries the ball up the pitch and get at people. So it's just disappointed he didn't score in the game. He had a real good chance, didn't he? I spoke to him on the evening of the game after the Blackburn game, and he's a bit disappointed with himself. And I was more pleased he's in the position, and the more he gets in those positions, the more goals he'll score.
Yeah, just having the chance to make that impact. And with George Grant, you mentioned he's picked up an injury. How's he?
Yes, George is okay. George is fine. He's trained today, as well as Hayden Coulson trained today. They both have missed the game against Barnsley with a couple of little niggles. So them two have trained today, which is pleasing. Obviously Hayden, again, we see Hayden as more of an attacking player as well. So nice to have those two back. We'll see where Joe Ward is over the next couple of days, and hopefully he's good.
I can't remember whether George was on the list of players you mentioned when you came back, players that you looked at while at Hull, looked at in the past, but certainly his profile very much fits the sort of player that you like. What do you think is the key to getting the best out of George Grant longer term?
George probably just needs a run of games. He's unfortunate at the minute that Jack Taylor, Giando Fuchs, Kwame Poku, Sami Šmorić, they're all in good form. And that's just the nature of football. People's in good form, you have to bide your time and wait. Everybody knows George is a good football player, and it was a good signing from Peterborough when they made him come here in the summer, because I knew there was a lot of clubs after him. But I can only speak about my time here, and in my time here, Giando, Jack Taylor, Sammy, Kwame, Ollie Norburn, they've all performed when they've been in that team, and that's just been unfortunate for George, I would say, given the time that I've been here. Yeah, he's a player who can play in a couple of different positions. Where do you think he's at his best? Where's he strongest? Anywhere in the midfield. George can play in any of the three positions in there. I think we've seen him playing as a 6, as an 8, as a 10. He's quite comfortable in all of them.